Yaldabaoth, the king of Archons, and the god the church doesn't want you to know about. And the question is why? Why were the Gnostic texts almost completely destroyed and usurped up by the church in order to hide an alternative version of what they want you to believe is reality? So, first of all, this podcast is brought to you in part by TradeLikeAGenius.com. For the next week or so, there are some amazing specials. If you go to TradeLikeAGenius.com, let them know Leak Project sent you. Do you want to become a trading Jedi and not even really have to do anything except for hit a couple of buttons and read your emails? It's about that easy. So check it out, TradeLikeAGenius.com. Let them know Leak Project sent you. Okay, now back to the show. First of all, it's awesome too. Like, you can wear your pajamas or your boxers or, I don't know. You can go rogue. Just be careful, the blinds are closed and stuff because the neighbors might freak out, but it's awesome. So this is the Nag Hammadi Scriptures. The Nag Hammadi Scriptures. And if you read the secret book of John, it gives you some great details about Yaldabaoth, Sophia, how Yaldabaoth was created, and then he created other gods in his image, and then they decided to create Adam with different demons and angels, and they even give specific body parts and specific demons to each body part, and then they say the mother of all demons is named Matter. So yeah, it's pretty intense. But who is Yaldabaoth? And check this out, will you? This is a petroglyph of what I think very well could be Yaldabaoth. And this is in Sankawi, New Mexico. And doesn't that look like a lion head and a snake body? Well, it certainly does to me. Now check this out. This is the Demiurge. The Archons. Well, the Archons, the Demiurge, are chief figures responsible for creating and controlling the physical universe. The Gnostics adopted the term Demiurge, and Yaldabaoth is the chief archon. So Yaldabaoth is depicted on ancient coins, ancient scriptures, statues. You'll see the snake wrapped around many gods and deities. Is that the DNA? Is that the Kundalini? Is that both? Is that the Enki that has been designed and linked to the DNA of humanity or certain parts of humanity? So it's interesting because if you look at the depiction of lions and the lion beings, they've got these lion figurines that stand upright, bipedal, that are over 40,000 years old. And then after the fact, you'll see these beings that will have, let me show you here. You'll see these beings like this lion being that's wrapped in this snake. The DNA looks very similar to the dual helix, the dual snakes. Is it one and of the same in these ancient teachings? And was there a point where there were lion beings that didn't have the same DNA, so the depictions were different? Regardless, I think that this depiction right here, and I want to show this to you again, this petroglyph is evidence for Yaldabaoth. And this petroglyph could be anywhere from 800 years old to well over 1,000 years old. And this petroglyph is next to this man holding his arms up. There's a lot of information about the electric universe, and the squatter man was the squatter man that's depicted throughout the world in forms of antiquity, stone, carvings, etc. Was that the electric universe phenomena when Venus was flying in? Or when there were battles in heaven? Now, if you look at planets as gods, not capital G, but as gods, then think of all the things those planets can do within them. Microcosm, macrocosm. The planet as a life force being able to connect to every part within it. Earth, being able to connect to every microcosm within the macrocosm, because it in and of itself is a microcosm of the macrocosm. 1977 is not when that petroglyph was made. Now, this to me looks like an ant bean that came down from some type of spaceship. I think it's a spaceship depicted to the right, and then there's this ancient astronaut depicted to the left. Now, this H here, you're going to see all the way into the Puma Punka and these incredible structures that look like giants built them with advanced technologies we can't duplicate today. And then the Spanish Crusaders tried to cover up these petroglyphs with the cross. Here's another one of those petroglyphs that I think is just fascinating. We were looking at this a minute ago. But the one I want to show you, and here's some more of these H's again. Not the airplane. Where's it at here? No, not that one here. Let's do this. Okay, where's it at? Where did it go? Here we go. Here it is. Okay. Here's another one. Is that Yaldabaoth? And was Yaldabaoth seen in the heavens like Squatter Man at one point? Or is Yaldabaoth a deity? Truly a god that created Adam and then Eve and then other archons in his image, in its image. Now, Yaldabaoth, let me read to you out of the Nag Hammadi scriptures here, but I want to let's take a look at this again for a minute and then compare it. I'm listening to some really cool music right now. Oh, yeah. What is this? Which one is this? It's Distant Dream by John Carpenter's Distant Dream. Lost Themes too. This is good. Oh, yeah. All right, so somebody said the other day, you're listening to music while you're talking to us? That's rude. Well, then don't listen, okay? All right, just joking. Thank you for your constructive criticism. It adds to the entertainment, okay? So here we go. Now, this right here, this is the Gnostic texts that were almost completely destroyed. Why? Great question. The Nag Hammadi scriptures, the revised and updated translation of sacred Gnostic texts, complete in one volume, edited by Marvin Meyer. Pick up your copy today. This is from the Secret Book of John, which is one of my favorite books. I'm just going to read you a few excerpts of this book in here. Yaldabaoth's world order. No, let's go to the fall of Sophia, because Sophia creates Yaldabaoth without her male counterpart, and then Yaldabaoth. Anyway, here we go. Now, Sophia, who is the wisdom of insight, and who constitutes an eon, conceived of a thought from herself, with the conception of the invisible spirit and foreknowledge, she wanted to bring forth something like herself. Without the consent of the spirit who had not given approval, without her partner, and without his consideration. The male did not give approval. She did not find her partner, and she considered this without the spirit's consent and without the knowledge of her partner. Oops. Nonetheless, she gave birth, and because of the invincible power within her, her thought was not an idle thought. Something came out of her that was imperfect and different in appearance from her, for she had produced it without her partner. It did not resemble its mother and was misshapen. When Sophia saw what her desire had produced, it changed into the figure of a snake with the face of a lion. A snake with the face of a lion. Those are the depictions of the petroglyphs that I just showed you in New Mexico. How come we see petroglyphs of spaceships, ant people, pointing up next to humans? They're like, hey, we're with these guys. They saved us. All over the world. I mean, many places around the world. And we're seeing these statues of lizard men. Even the Holy Bible talks about lizard men. If you're a religious person, if you're a Christian and you say, hey, I only believe what's in the Bible, it's in there. How come we see these statues of lizard samurai people and lizard beings, and then there's this one in New Mexico, a statue of this reptilian dude on a throne with a ponytail? Well, the reptilian samurai has a ponytail also. I mean, could you imagine what it would have been like back then? And now it's like everything is just normal and don't question, everything is the same kind of. Repeat, rinse, consume. Okay, now pay for your funeral. Man, I read this article the other day. It was so sad. This veteran was selling all of his stuff to pay for his funeral because he was about to die. Well, welcome to Earth, folks. Welcome to Earth. Should we change it up a bit? Make it a better place? Expand consciousness? Extend people's lives if they so choose? Give people the opportunity to be healthy and think for themselves? Should people have those rights? I think so, but I'm a dreamer, and I'm not the only one. All right, Yaldabaoth World Order. Here we go. Yaldabaoth World Order. This is the first ruler. Now remember, Archon means ruler. This is the first ruler, the Archon, who took great power from his mother. Then he left her and moved away from the place where he was born. He took control and created for himself other eons with luminous fire, which still exists. He mated with the mindlessness in him and produced authorities for himself. Because he's a god, and this is what he does. The name of the first is Athoth, whom generations call the Reaper. The second is Harmas, who is the jealous eye. The third is Kalila, Ombre. The fourth is Yabel. The fifth is Adoneos, who is called Sabaoth. The sixth is Cain, whom generations of people call the Sun. And that's the Sun with a U. The seventh is Abel. The eighth is Abrasim. The ninth is Yobel. The 10th is Armopiel. The 11th is Melchior, Adonian. And the 12th is Belias, who is over the depth of the underworld. Now, those are some interesting names, and I wonder why we don't hear those names. And then it talks about how Yaldabaoth stationed 7 kings, 1 for each sphere of heaven, to reign over the 7 heavens, and 5 to reign over the depth of the abyss. He shared his fire with them, but he did not give away any of the power of the light he had taken from his mother, for he is ignorant darkness. When light mixed with darkness, it made the darkness shine. When darkness mixed with light, it dimmed the light, and it became neither light nor darkness, but rather gloom. The gloomy Archon had 3 names. The first name is Yaldabaoth. The second is Sakla. The third is Samael. He is wicked in the mindlessness within him. He said, I am God, and there is no other God beside me. Since he did not know from where his own strength had come, the rulers each created 7 powers for themselves, and the powers each created 6 angels until there were 365 angels. These are the names and the corresponding physiques. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to say it's very interesting that the numbers like 365 days of the year, 7 days in a week. This is, in my opinion, describing not only the physical nature of existence, but also time itself in this physical state of existence that we're in. And it's all encapsulated. And it talks about how it gets into, once again, the mother of matter is the mother of demons. And oftentimes these Gnostic scriptures are depicted as this human form as being one of the lowest density forms of vibration. What are your thoughts? I think it's kind of exciting. Although, we ain't seen nothing yet. Be excellent to each other. Make sure to support our sponsors and support yourself at the same time. It's really simple. You should definitely check out tradelikeagenius.com, and then you'll go through your emails, and they send you these alerts on a daily basis that say, buy, sell, buy, sell. It's pretty cool. So, tradelikeagenius.com. and be the change you want to see. Nano, 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 nano.